So a few days ago I pinned a comment on one of my videos that was basically asking you guys whether or not you'd like a full explanation of my future goals on my Ultimate Ironman, and if I'm doing them in a specific order, like an efficient method or anything. And there's obviously some kind of support for the idea, so I decided to today make the video talking about all my future goals on the account and what order I'm going to be doing them in. So this channel was kind of built off of this idea of a dream gear list, and I'm kind of reusing that idea by making a completely endgame list. My first season of the Ultimate Ironman account was based off of 10 items that I really wanted to get, and I really was motivated to get all these items because it was working towards a specific goal, getting all of them. This list is not so much achievable. Like, it's achievable, but it's very end game and could take a very long time. But these are all the items that I want to see on this account before or after I max, whether or not I do that. And it's just sort of, I mean, I wouldn't say it's basic stuff, but it's like basic items that you would expect to want on any account. So feel free to obviously pause the video if you want to get a better look at this thing, or if you have any feedback or questions about any items and why I want them, or something like that. And I will be going a bit in depth as we go down the list anyway, so yeah, let's get into that. So goal order. Obviously there's no perfect way to do things, but there is a specific order that I chose after working on this little notepad file for about half an hour, and I thought of basically how to work all of these things off each other so that I eventually get everything that I want, but in a fairly efficient order. So the first item I need that will start up this entire process that you've probably heard like a billion times now is the herb sack. And the reason I need that is because it makes Abbey specs like a million times easier. I can kill them without having to run to a tool leprechaun like every 10 kills. And if you're ever wondering, like whenever I said that I was going to kill 5,000 Abbey specs, if you're ever wondering why I specifically chose 5,000, that was my best estimate as to how much I will need for 78 herb lore. And 78 herb lore is for raids and Sarah. I'm going to need 77 for stamina, 78 for the brews and raids. So those will both go together, and during that whole grind I also get a lot of hard clues, so the Hoarder series is going to be getting some serious love. One thing that I really need from those hard clues is God D'hide boots, which if you see the asterisk is next to it, which means it is a dream gear item. And hopefully that's when I get it. Obviously I'm still going to be doing like a ton of Slayer later on, so if I get hard clues there and I get the God D'hide boots there, it's not really that big of a deal. And after 78 herb lore is finished, I'm going to be going for a Dragon Warhammer. I don't really know what I'm going to be doing content wise if I go dry for that thing. The supplies from Shamans will also be pretty nice. I know you get rune ore, you get coal, which I already have stacked up. So as soon as we finish that up, I'm probably going to have to use that rune ore that I have from Zulrah. I have like 900 right now, which I do need to get rid of because that's an inventory slot that I basically will never use after I'm done with Shamans and Zulrah. I'll just make rune darts with those rune ore. And after we finish up the supplies from Shamans, we get a Dragon Warhammer. That's when the 2k total grind starts. And the 2k total world will be really nice for bossing, Sarah, and, you know, Bandos, anything basically. We're going to be getting full Prospector, which is probably going to get me like 8 or 9 mining levels, and that'll allow me to do the Fally hard diary, which also gets me access to the mole locator, so mole is actually an option there. We also have full DH, so we can kill mole pretty easily, and we can get the Lumby elite diary done by just getting our smithing to 83 and runecrafting to I think 76. After that is done, after we get the Dragon Warhammer and 2k total, we are beginning probably like the biggest dream gear wise part of this whole list. We're going to be getting 91 and 93 Slayer, one for the Primordials and the Eternals, which is going to be from Cerberus, which I can do fairly soon. I just need the 80 agility for the shortcut, and you're probably watching agility content right now. So I also need the occult necklace from Thermi, as well as the ancient staff from Thermi. And if you're wondering why I need an ancient staff, because it's kind of an obscure item, I need it for bursting tasks, because I kind of want to get 99 Slayer pretty fast, and if I have an ancient staff I can auto cast, which will make Slayer a lot easier. I'll probably be getting like 40 to 50k an hour compared to the current like 16k an hour that I manage by just whipping tasks and flicking. So I also have an opportunity to get the Hasta from Greater Demon Tasks and the 2 Zenyte Shards from Black Demon Tasks. During this like 91, 93 Slayer journey, hopefully I get all that. It's kind of a stretch to get all of it in those 2 Slayer levels, but we'll have a lot of opportunities to get these things in the future, especially when we're going for 99 Slayer in the future. And after all that is done, we get 93 Slayer and the Zenyte Shards. We then go to 90 crafting, which will just make Dorgish and Light Orbs, and we'll make the Necklace of Anguish, the Tormented Bracelet, and those will come in handy for raids for sure. And speaking of raids, there's only one thing after that that I could possibly get. If you see that has a little hashtag sign next to it, that means that if I don't get it, I just don't get it. Like, it doesn't really matter. And that Dragon Pickaxe is pretty risky as an ultimate. I'm going to be having to die in Fally or Edgeville or wherever, and I'm going to be risking some of my untradables by going to Chaos Elemental. Once again, if I don't get it, I don't get it. It's not really like a necessary item, but it is storable, which is why I kind of want it. If I do want to build every single Elite Stash for that Hoarders series, I will eventually need a Dragon Pickaxe, so there's no real sense in leaving without it. But if it comes to it, if I go dry for it and it's too risky, I will leave it behind. And after that Dragon Pickaxe, or not the Dragon Pickaxe, we start raids. So as soon as we start raids, there are only 2 items that I'm really looking for. You'd probably expect me to go for like a Twisted Bow or something, because that's actually a really sick item on an ultimate. But Rigor is really all I want. Augury will obviously be like really sick for Zulrah and stuff like that for more raids. But Rigor has way more use in the God Wars dungeon side of things. I really want Rigor before I start Sarah. Like, that's absolute necessity. It speeds up your Sarah kills so much, it's not really worth going there without it, in my opinion. And if I did Sarah first, which was my original plan, an ACB is not going to help me as much at raids than a Rigor would help at Sarah. The ACB is only a plus 10 range bonus difference from a Rune Crossbow, whereas Rigor is like a huge difference. So after we get Rigor and possibly Augury, we're going to start Zilyana, which I'm really looking forward to. I love Sarah. And the 2 items that we're going to be going for are the Armadyl Crossbow and the SGS. Both of those are like absolutely necessary for me. I am not leaving without them. I want both of those items, and after we get the SGS and the ACB, we start Bandos. Bandos is going to be a bit of a stretch. I've never done Bandos, and unless I learn how to flick, which I don't know how to do, or I've never done before, I'm going to be getting like 1 to 2 kill trips or something, and I really don't look forward to that. But we are going to be going for Tassets, chestplate, and the Godsword. Godsword for CORP, chestplate and Tassets for Slayer, and just because it's Bandos. Like, why are you not going to get Bandos on your ultimate? It's possibly the coolest thing you can have. And after Bandos is finished, we don't really have that much left. But as soon as we get that BGS, we can start CORP, which means I'm going to be going for pretty much any Spirit Shield. Like, as soon as I get like a Spectral, Arcane, Elysian, like, we're out of there. I doubt I'll be coming back to CORP after 1 Spirit Shield, but then we end CORP and we do raids for full Ancestral. Twisted Bow is kind of like a really cool thing to go for, because I don't think any ultimate has a Twisted Bow, but I'm going to be going for full Ancestral if that's possible, because you can actually store the full Ancestral set in your house. And storing a full Ancestral set, storing the best mage gear in your house on an ultimate is probably the coolest thing ever. So that's going to be useful for if I ever need to go back to Zulrah, which is going to be helping me with the finale goal, which is maxing, which I'm not like completely sure about yet. Whether or not I am in the maxing mindset right now, I'm not sure. I'm like 1970 total, and maxing an ultimate is not anything remotely close to easy. So whether or not I go for that, I'm not sure, but full Ancestral will definitely help with Zulrah. Whether or not I want to grind out Zulrah for 99 cooking, 99 construction, probably not going to happen. You need a lot of damn planks. But that's basically the full list. I'm sorry if you wanted like visuals and stuff like that. If you wanted like a full spreadsheet, you are in the wrong place. I am not very good at making those. But that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed, and obviously feel free to take a look at this list by pausing the video if you really want like a full breakdown. If you want to look at the items at the beginning And obviously I appreciate any feedback. Like, I really want to expand this list, and I want to get it to something that I can direct people towards wherever they whenever they ask me for what I want to do with the account, what I want to accomplish, etc. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the agility content. Very amazing content, but I'm currently working on 80 agility. That'll allow me to do battle staves. I can finally charge the fire battle staves. That's going to be better than air, so you know, I'm not going into the wilderness. And I can also do Serb. I can use the Serb shortcut. So yeah, we've got a lot to work on at the moment, got a lot of goals to get done, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Hopefully the next video is the Q&A. If it's not, you can just, I don't know, unsub or something. I really need to get that thing out. Otherwise, guys, thank you so much for watching, and thank you for the continued support. I will see you in the next one.